Okay, running late this morning. Yes, it's Wednesday. Johnny G is going to be over with the groceries. Yes, he doesn't bring the beer till Friday. Yes, I remember the good old days when beer was on Fridays. I mean, Wednesdays. Oh, these lips. It's just about 9:30. I've been running around here for over an hour. The wood stoves won't burn. Yes, and then I knew that this morning when I made my morning coffee. The water wouldn't boil. And I'm only boiling enough for a cup of coffee, like a big cup. So when I can go have a poop and do everything else and the water's still not boiling, you know the stoves are going to be nothing but a hassle and a fight today. Yes, so now I got the stove going in the whole shack that we can stand here with the doors open. Yes. Now if I was on welfare, I'd just open the window or do the thing, crank up the thermostat and call it good. All right, this morning we woke up to minus 29, but feels like minus 30. 39. But it's a lie. We've gotten colder. When the sun comes up, it gets colder up here. So it's like minus 31 Celsius, but feels like minus 40 below. Yes, and then on the yo-yo scale, a lame ass minus 20 Fahrenheit, but feels like minus 38 Fahrenheit. Yes, unreal. But yesterday wasn't supposed to go that way. But we got it done. We didn't think it was going to be that cold, but we got the cats up and going. But we're having fun. And for the first time, the TD18, known as Dooley, wasn't the greatest smoke show on earth. He actually calmed right down and pulled the sleigh and acted normal. Yes, for the first time ever. All right, let's back up a little bit more to show the world how chilly it is out here. But this is normal. We should have more days like this. This is catching us off guard because we're not used to it. Oh my, let's scroll a bit more to see that lame-ass wood smoke. Those stoves are barely burning. I've had to put accelerants in it to get them going. Unfrickin' real. And it's the same wood we've been burning all along. You go into the low pressure, nothing burns. All right, we're not sure what we're doing today. We have no cats or anything plugged in. It's going to be a day in the shop, hopefully. We finally deserve a day in the shop fighting with the wood stove, just like visiting the ex-wife. Oh my, well, I better go.
Hey, what's up everybody? Sir Rodney live at West Trans. Just wanted to fill you guys a crate here going up to the Kingdom. I'm in the shop, it's probably going to be a little bit loud, but we got 10 bags of dog food going up for the guard dogs in the Kingdom. Also, we have a package here that came in for Sir Rodney. I opened it and took mine out. I'll show you guys what that is in a second. Also, too, surprise box for Joey and staff. I know what's in there. He's gonna love it, I think. It was donated by a Kingdom follower. And for me, Kingdom follower sent me my Grinchmas Christmas card. Happy Who Year. And there's a nice note on the back here. So I thank you very much for that. A lot of hard work and effort put into that, and I love it. Also came with a bag of Hershey Kisses, which are almost gone, because I like... Alright guys, oh look, wait a minute, look at this. Paul the shipper, hard at work on the forklift. There he is. Okay, that's it for me. Everybody enjoy the holidays. I'm sure I'll hear from you again before that. And thank you very much for the Christmas card. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Wednesday morning in WHO-ville. It's just after 9 a.m. and as you can see, there's not much of a sunrise. It is getting pretty cloudy out there. It's actually supposed to start snowing. It is really chilly out here right now, so let's head inside, let the dogs out. I doubt they'll want to be out long. I've had a fire going since I got up this morning, so let's head down and do a little video for you guys. 9:30, I'm down in the basement adding some wood to the stove. I've had a fire going since I got up at around 7 this morning. The house is nice and warm. Now let's head upstairs, let the dogs back in, and wait for 1 p.m. $12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. Looks like the sun made an appearance, but it is still pretty chilly out here, so let's head inside, let the dogs out, and make lunch. I think I'm just gonna have craft dinner today, and we'll do the weather at 1 p.m. then head over to the Kingdom. I don't think we'll be doing very much because it is cold. As I'm getting ready to make lunch, I looked out my kitchen window and you can see some ptarmigans. Don't ask me how to spell it because I wouldn't be able to, but they are just snow chickens. Let's see how many you can spot in the snow here. I count about 13. Try and zoom in to show you guys. There's one right there. Almost 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's negative 24 degrees Celsius. It is negative 11 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. Feels a lot colder than it is. That wind makes it extra chilly. I have the skidoo warming up in the shed, so let's head inside, let the dogs back in, and go over to the kingdom. Just after 1 p.m. and I made it to the kingdom. Looks like we are just going to get firewood today and clean out the chimney pipe on the shop and the hose shack. It is way too cold to do anything. As you can see, I'm pretty bundled up, nice and warm. We'll get the mini out and go in behind the van trailers here and grab some of the trees that we cleared a path for the other day. Now let's head down to the shop. Down at the shop now, my dad just went to go get the ladder and then he'll climb up and clean out the chimney pipe here and then on the hose shack as well. And then we can get the mini out and go grab some trees. Just after 1:30 and we finished cleaning out the chimney pipes. My dad got the mini out, now he's going to fuel it up. Since the D69U, known as the hood, is over there, my dad's going to have to move the tote and the pallet out of the way so we can head over behind the van trailers and get some firewood. Got the tote moved out of the way, now we'll head over in behind the van trailers and get some trees. Over by the van trailers now, and we'll pick up a bunch of these trees here and bring them back over to the shop, and then once it warms up and the fancy trailer's emptied, we'll come back over and grab the rest of them. Looks like my dad has a nice handful of trees, so we'll head back over to the shop, but I'm pretty sure he'll be putting this on top of the fancy trailer. Not sure if we'll be coming back for more, but we'll take a load over and see what we got left. Made it back over to the shop with the first load. Now my dad will head back over and grab a couple more trees. Almost 2 p.m. we just made it back over to the front of the van trailer to grab a couple more trees. The mini is getting cold, so this will be our last load. Then we'll head back over and cut up some firewood. 2 p.m. we just got the mini put away. Now my dad will grab the skill saw and then we can cut up some of these trees and I'll fill up the tubs. Just after 2 p.m. we got a bunch of firewood cut up. I'm officially done in the kingdom, so I'll head inside, grab my dog treats, and go back to WHO-ville and do the weather at 5 p.m.
Okay, it's 3 o'clock in the kingdom, and I have wasted a lot of time since yesterday. Yesterday we're trying to get this stove to burn, and it didn't burn all night. Yes, it's just total crap. All right, so this is our wood, and it works good in the other stove. Yes. Okay, over here, back about 25 years ago, I just had this stove at the front of the shop, and then I had a barrel on top, and it didn't work. And then I got mad, or I got smart and removed it. All right, so then when we did the shop extension last year in November, I decided I wanted to improve the stove because I figured I was losing too much heat with just the barrel on the bottom. So I put this one on top. I had saved the barrel on the top for close to 25 years, so I knew I had the plans. But this thing is a piece of shit. It doesn't burn, okay? Since yesterday, I've inhaled so much freaking smoke opening this door, and it's not going up because we're in a low pressure system. All right, so to boil a little bit of water so I can make a coffee in a large cup, I feed the dogs and thaw their treats, feed their treats, get dressed, and I sit there waiting for the water to boil. So that tells you what a low pressure is, like this stuff's not burning. So I have spent mostly last night, probably 2 hours out here back and forth trying to get this thing to burn. We've had the fans on, we've had everything on them. And then today was just unfreaking real, trying to get this heat up in the shop. So we're trying to heat the shop, but the furnace is going at the front of the shop, which is pointless, like totally pointless. Like, why do we have a wood stove and why am I wasting time? In other words, I should just be on welfare, and then I can come out to the shop, have that furnace blowing, top speed, heating the shop, and I wouldn't have to worry about a wood stove. But I've wasted so much freaking time, and I'm so pissed at this. Right now, if I went to the house and got some beverage, I'd come out, the mini hole would come in, this top tank would be kiss goodbye, and that chimney pipe would now be down here, and that stove would be moved ahead. But oh wait, we're in a postal strike for the last month, so we don't have tips for the plasma cutter. Yes, so once again, the government is controlling what I do. So now I have to sit here and nurse this stupid stove. I should have changed this in the summer. I don't know what I was thinking. I was going to try different things and different things. Well, they're not working. Let's get rid of it and get this thing back to something that's putting out heat. This little barrel stove over there in the hose shack, that puts out a fair amount of heat. You walk in, you can feel the barrel, it's warm. I think there's 3 days in the winter we can actually get some heat out of these barrels. Like walk by and, ooh, that's warm. This stuff is crap. I've had enough, and I'm going to go drink professionally. So I'll find some video from the TD18 out there in the smoke when we changed it over to the new style thermostats, because I've had enough. Like, this is a total waste of my day. The shop isn't even warm enough in here to work. Yeah, so what's the point of having a shop with a wood stove when I can't even get it warm enough in here to work? Unfreaking real. So let's insert some videos from the past, drink, and hopefully today gets better. Okay, after lunch in the kingdom, and I've been working on this TD18. I took it apart the other day, but thought is required, right? So we just don't jump into this project and then try to figure out what it's all about. So here's the water pump at the front here, and then this pipe here is a circulating pipe, okay? That pipe there keeps the antifreeze circulating so you're not overheating the motors. Here's the water outlets here, and there's 2 of them, one over there, okay? So then the water pump would be circulating the water in the block, okay, hand and eye coordination, Les Nessman, okay, to keep it, how would you say, even. It even states in the service manual that the thermostats have to work and this has to circulate through the system here, or you're going to have steam trapment or steam pockets or whatever they're calling it. Because you got to remember, this book was written just after the steam engines faded out. All right, so once the thermostats opened up in here, 1 and 2, it went up to the radiator up here. So then it would flow up there to cool it. All right, let's go to the workbench. Okay, we're over at the workbench, and here's the thermostat manifold, I guess you want to call it, is upside down. So the small one here is for circulating, and then that's to go to the radiator. All right, so your antifreeze would come in here from the water pump, and here's your thermostats. Okay, so you have this little rubber thing down in there, okay, and then this opens and closes. All right, so this fits in here tight, and I mean tight. So there's no mains of the antifreeze here going to the block, okay, because
this is tight. They have these little slits in here. Okay, I didn't watch Sesame Street this morning, but according to my calculations, that's not very much water movement to keep the engine cool, or to have that steam entrapment or steam trap. So maybe that's why I cracked the heads on this cat, because it wasn't cooling. All right. So to me, in the parts book that I looked at, they're showing a thermostat like this with big slots in the side here to get the water movement. Ooh, look at that, hand and eye coordination. Yes. So that's the problem. What temperature are these? What do they work? Do they actually work? No, they don't. So let's give up. So what we did was we had Sir Rodney send us these, and we want one thermostat to fit everything. The TD9s, the TD6s, the TD18s. All right, so here's the vent hole that I drilled in there. It's pretty smart, eh? So we no, this is 180. So I know on the TD6 and the TD9s, we went from 160 up to 180. We have no idea what these are. And going with the smaller cats and getting them to run warmer, they ran better, okay? So we have a problem. How do we make this? This thermostat sits nicely in here. Okay, but it's this way to the motor. That's the motor side. All right, so when this gets warm or up to 180 degrees, it opens up, lets it flow. Okay, and this is where it's got to flow down to the radiator. Okay, so we can't do that. So we got to come up with something quick and simple. So I came up with this idea. All right, these are $10 thermostats. I know if I went to buy these, they'd probably be close to $100 landed here. Yes, that's the Canadian prices. So I came up with this harebrained idea. Let's modify it. A quick and simple modification in the wilderness, Alaska, but in northern Manitoba. Cut little slits and then make it fit. All right. So there we go. So this now fits. There's a little rubber there. That now fits there. So we're using that rubber as I would say, as a guide. Okay, we're back. I had to sneeze. All right. So we're using the rubber as a guide and as a cushion, all right? Because we cannot machine anything up here at the end of the world. It would be nice, okay? So we're using the rubber as the happy medium. So we came up with this harebrained idea. It looks like the Hoover Dam. So get it to fit in there. That's cast iron weld. The rods are over 30 years old, and I used the AC/DC buzz box over there, so it actually turned out. So now I am going to sit here after lunch. Oh, this goes onto the motor. So now I have to put this on here like that. All right. So now I take my flapper disc and I have to buff it down so this fits. All right. So this here will let the water move around, have circulation. Yes, circulation to the engine block and to the water pump. That's the main thing. And then this opens up, the antifreeze goes through here to the radiator. So this is the only way I could think of this, doing it quick and simple. And also too, this is the fourth one I made. Sitting here grinding and grinding and grinding to make it fit. But I needed the buffer margin of error. So now I'm happy with this one. So I only have 3 more of these to make for the 2 TD18s. Yes, so let's get back to work. Oh, we can't forget how we did it. All right. So to get that in the center, I lucked out with this. You never throw anything away in Wilderness, Alaska, because you reuse, repurpose, and recycle. So this is stainless steel. It looks like it was cut off a piece of stainless steel. Fits nicely over the pipe. And then you can center it. Pretty smart thinking, eh, Les Nessman? Okay, we had a little problem there. This one became a little too short. I don't know, it must have been all the grinding, yes. So what we did was to make it, the right height, is we used our Hobart Handler 100 from Princess Auto, and we cranked it up to the voltage of 2, or V for victory, and 20 on the wire speed. All right, so what we did, we'll just go around and around in the low spot and build it up. And then you just use the buffing wheel there, the wire wheel, to clean it up. And then you take this one here, because we know this one fits, okay? This one. So put it on there and chase it around looking with your bionic eye, and it'll tell you the low spots. Pretty smart thinking, eh, Les Nessman? All right, let's get this project done because we have other things to do today. Okay, that project went according to plan. We didn't waste more than a day on it, okay? So we got the thermostats in, and the trick is with this here, we have to assemble it upside down on the workbench, and then the 90-degree elbows go on. The 90-degree elbows have to have the gasket goo and hold the thermostat into place and be loose enough that we can line it up, because these bolt onto the engine or the motor block, okay, or the cylinder head. Those have to get bolted on, and then it self-aligns these, okay, so they have to be tightened afterwards. And then the trick is putting this piece on, because you got the rubber hoses, the pipes, everything like that, trying to get the bolts in with the gaskets and the gasket goo. Oh, it was unreal. So now we're just going to leave it and let the gasket goo and everything dry, because it's very important to dry, because we are taking a chance with the thermostat up against those rubbers, right? So we want everything to dry nicely so that the rubbers don't come out and go through the water pump and then into the rat. Just a minor detail.
5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's negative 24 degrees Celsius, which is negative 11 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It was extra cold today. It's supposed to be cold tomorrow as well. So let's head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, a total waste of a day. Just trying to stay warm and that the wood stove wouldn't burn. On frickin' real. I went to stock up the whole shock stove and you just get a face full of smoke. Yes, the low pressure system, nothing's going up. On frickin' real. So we stocked it up. The furnace in the shop is running steady, so kind of pointless. Oh well. I'm not in the best of mood. And hopefully this gets better, because this is unreal. Bust our ass all day or whatever trying to stay warm, and for what? I could just go on welfare and crank up the thermostat and play the Xbox. Oh well, let's get to walk the dogs, drink some beer, and make a video. Talk to you later.